It's now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and welcome to The Trader's Edge. It is absolutely a blast to be here with you. Hope you're off to a great start, a great Thursday. My, how time flies. I'm almost back to 140% health. Almost back right up there. And, you tuned into the right place. For all of you listening out on the West Coast, good morning to you. It's early out there, but thanks for staying tuned to us. If you're catching the archive show up in New Hampshire, thanks so much for doing that. And, folks, you can always follow us live at TigerTV. Just go to the homepage at tfnn.com, click on the TigerTV button. You'll be able to catch this show live, or you can listen to the archive of this show on Channel 14. And you really want to be able to do that because so much of what your brain is going to process is both visual and audio. And I want to be able to teach you something about the markets. I know that I can. There are patterns out there, and at one moment, the light bulb is going to go off. And so it's been a great week. As far as the markets are concerned right now, relatively flat, if you will. Haven't moved much, quite frankly, in the last several hours. The ES Mini's up maybe about 5 points. Dow up maybe about 40 or so. NASDAQ up 9. If we go take a quick spin around the world, you've got the DAX is trading up 54. The FTSE's up 55 in Asia. Shanghai again, only down 5 points, but the Shanghai cannot get out of its way. You've got the Hang Seng was down 38 points. Nikkei down 64. King Dollar's up 6 ticks. And you've got light sweet crude up 42. Gold contract down $4. Silver down about a penny and a half, if you will. Platinum down $15. And, I talk so much about the money game. And what I really wanted to do today, and it's not so much because, we have listeners that own their own businesses, and I certainly want to be able to teach you to treat the money game, playing, with money in the stock market. I want you to be able to treat that as a business because that's really is what it is. When you make that little shift, so many other great things happen. But whether you're listening in and you run a division or you run your own business outside of the markets, or it's actually the markets, what I thought I would do, and it kind of was one of these little aha moments yesterday during the webcast I do for all of my clients. I had a great webcast from 3 to 4 yesterday. Of course, if people understood the condition that I was actually in at about 2 o'clock, you would have been amazed that I actually was able to have done that 3 to 4 hours. That took a real shift in focus. But I do want you to turn over to Tiger TV if you're watching it, because you're going to be able to see the screens. I just want to be able to show you a few things. And the aha moment as I was going through a process was, I have owned many businesses. One of the businesses in 5 years I took from zero to $100 million. Other businesses, I've broken into industries where people have never been able to, get space inside casinos and created, was basically the first entertainment retailer. And there's always these little tricks. I want to be able to show you, I want to be able to share with you some tricks that you're going to be able to use in your business, whether it's the money game or any other business. And what I want you to understand is, for me, it's just ingrained in what it is that I do. And I want it to be ingrained in what it is that you do. And there's 5 key questions that are going to determine your success in any business. And, that little graphic there, the light bulb's going to go off. And when that light bulb goes off, folks, things start absolutely taking off exponentially. It's that nice little ABC, if you will. It's that stair-stepper approach that you've got. And you've got to understand what business you're in. And then you've got to ask yourself that question, how's business, and why is it like it is? You've got to understand why you're in business. What is it that's driving you? Why did you get in that business for the first place? It's so important to understand that with regard to the money game or any other business. And you really need to understand who it is that you are. Why is it that you do the things that you do? We talk about that here, during the first segments of our show. I want you to understand, where are you? What season? You yourself have got seasons. You know how we have, spring, summer, fall, winter, if you will. Well, just like we have seasons that are ongoing around us, we internally also have seasons. So you've got to understand what season are you in? Where are you in when it comes to your cycle? And then you've got to understand, okay, once you understand those 4 elements, then what's next? How are you going to maximize your current environment, what cycle it is that you're in, and how are you going to have the maximum impact? And so, that's just one, and we'll spend more time talking about those things, but I want to make sure that you understand, just as a core, you need to understand those 5 questions. And questions are really so critical because questions are really what start what it is that you focus on in life. We'll spend more time on that. I don't want to do that just yet. But with regard to the season, just going to touch on that real quickly here for you. You got spring, summer, fall, winter, if you will. Okay, spring, you're creating something new, right? Whether you're growing in your own garden or whether it's your own business, your money business or what have you, it's exciting, it's growth. Then you come to that summer, it's hot. If you're down here in Florida, it's really pretty hot, especially during the day. But it's kind of like you're coming of age, and with regard to your system, with regard to your understanding the expectancy of your system, that's really where you come of age, because when you get that type of understanding of your game, whether it's a money game or it's the business that you're in, that's where you've got some real growth. And then you've got the fall, right? The fall is all about being able to take that money off the table. Tom and I were talking yesterday during the Money Masters show, the importance of being able to take that money and then do it again. Take that money, do it again. Take that money, do it again. That is really part of the business cycle. And then you've got that winter, right? Winter is where things slow down. There's regeneration going on. Sometimes you just simply have to survive, right? And sometimes you just have to survive so you don't die, if you will. But those are the seasons of nature. And I want you to understand, it's important for you to understand, where are you in that cycle of your business, whether it's a money business, whether it is the business that you might be in, a retail, a wholesale, service business, whatever it is. It'll be so helpful in helping you to grow your business. I know that I can help you to grow your business just simply by shifting your focus, just simply by making sure that you're asking the right questions, because it is always about asking the right questions. Well, let's assume that you have that piece of it under the table. Fast forward, to the actual money game, if you will. But you can use this, and I put in parentheses here, you try this for your business. If you're trying to grow your business, whether it's the money business or it's some other business that you own or that you run, and there's really only 3 ways that you can grow a business. You can increase the number of customers. In our case here, it's basically you can increase that trade expectancy, if you will. We're going to go take a look at that. The second way is to increase your average transaction value. Well, how do you do that? In my game, in the money game, we don't need to change the 1% risk. That would certainly be one way to increase the average transaction value, but you don't need to do that. Instead, I want you to understand the power of compounding. I want you to understand the ability to roll things back in. I want you to understand the importance of continuing to fuel your capital that you've got in the marketplace. I don't want you sitting on the sidelines. I want you putting more capital in because you understand, number one, your trade expectancy. But so that is the second way. Increase your average transaction value. I'll show you the impact that that actually has. And then number 3 is to increase the frequency. If it's a customer, you just simply are trying to increase the amount of business that you might do with each customer. That's what I mean by increase the frequency. In the money game, it's about finding more trades. When you understand the patterns that you trade, doesn't matter whether it's swing points, patterns that are taught to you by Tom, whether it's the Chapman wave, taught to you by Basil, whether it is Gartley's butterflies, whatever it is, power law vector. Once you understand the system and you understand your system expectancy, then you can increase the frequency. You go out and you find more markets. And this, folks, is a one world market. You can always, you've got access to the ability to trade in any market that you want. Look, we have listeners, we've got listeners in Australia, in England, in Canada, in Buenos Aires, in Costa Rica. We've got all over the world. Folks are listening in right now or catching the archive, depending on the time of the day. And so you can trade currencies, you can trade commodities, you can trade futures, you can trade equities, ETFs, whatever it is. Those are 3 ways, and those are the only 3 ways that you're going to be able to grow your business. So whether it's your money game business or whether it's your other business that you've got, you want to be able to do that. Well, when it comes to the money game, you've seen this expectancy table here. Those arrows point to the 3 areas where you would concentrate on. The expectancy, you would increase your expectancy by just simply a better trading system. But once you have that trading system, then you want to continue to do that, repeat that, repeat that, repeat that. When you understand that, then it's really just the capital, if you will. It is being able to grow, if you will, this $1,000 here, that's 1% of 100 grand. You want to keep growing that 100 grand, if you will. And then your 1% continues to get larger. You don't need to change your 1%. And then it's just simply finding more trades. It's getting that frequency. So let's just take a look at how that, because this is a little secret, but this little secret here is so important because people will say, well, how can you really get 73% return? Folks, here's the deal. When you understand the expectancy of your trading system, which means the patterns that you trade, whatever they are, you go back and you take a look at it in your own system. When you understand that, that is just a function of going out and finding more of those trades. You see, if I went ahead and I continued to put money in, if I took my daily wages, if you will, and I put that into the capital, and instead of having $100,000, we had $150,000, you know what that's going to do? That's going to give you more profit at the end of the year, right? Look, if you go out and you find less trades, if you say, if I'm only going to take 75 trades, if that's what my system gave us, it's only a 37% return. But when you go out and you realize there is such a garden out there that you can pick from, folks, that you can grow, I want you to understand this. And we're going to spend a lot of time on this, you know, through the course of our life together. It's so important. 877-927-6648.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And just before we go over and start taking a look at the charts and see what's going on out there, because it's quiet, you know, it's coming into Christmas, so things are going to be pretty quiet in the markets. And so I just wanted to come back to this expectancy table because, you know, over your break, what I'd really love you to do, I've been imploring you, if you will, to do this for the longest period of time. Go back and understand the expectancy of your trading system, whatever it is that you trade, because that is where you're going to get some real juice, some real power. And in order to do that, what you're looking at here is and look, what you have to do is you have to trade with stops, okay? And the expectancy, this factor here, is just simply a factor of your stops. If you have a 50-cent stop and you make 50 cents on it, then your factor is going to be 1. If you have a dollar stop and you make $2 on it, meaning, you know, let's say you got a $20 stock, right? And your stop is at 19 and you sell it when it gets to 22. So you had a $1 risk, but you made $2. Your reward factor, that's 2 to 1. That would be 2 in there. And you're just simply going to average what those factors are in order to come up with what your winning factor is. And what you do is on your losing positions, because you are risking 1% or you have a fixed, you know, risk, if you will, the question is, of that 1%, did you lose 100% of it? In our case here, inside Mastering Probability, we've only lost 75 cents of every dollar that we risked. When it came on 28% of the trades. On 5% of the trades, we got stopped. We either got stopped or I adjusted the trade down because of what I saw going on, you know, in the early market, if you will. So we risked $1 and what we lost was $1.46. And so you can understand that about your trading system. If you don't understand that or you've got questions, you can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. But once you understand that expectancy, once you understand that you're going to have a positive result, then the one way that you can grow your business and the way that you get this number to go up, in this case here, 73%. The reason why it's 73, folks, is because, and I want you to understand, not only is it believable and it's achievable, you can do it. I know that you can do it. And it's a matter of going out there and taking advantage of this garden of markets that we have, and waiting for your patterns, being patient and waiting for your patterns that got you to this positive expectancy, waiting for those to set up. Because what I want to show you here, and it's important with regard to, it helps you to understand where it is that you're going to focus. Because if you're playing the money game or any other business, you want to focus in those 3 areas. And so once you've got a trading system that gives you that positive expectancy, then it's a matter of going out and hunting. Because watch what happens here. Like I was saying before break, if we only had 75 trades a year, with a system that gave us that 0.49%, that says we're going to get a 37% return over the year. But if you use those same factors that gave you that positive expectancy, and you just simply keep hunting and hunting and hunting for the right trades, what you can do is, folks, the reality is if you can find 200 of those trades, you get a 100% return. So the return has to do with understanding the expectancy. And that's why it's so important to really understand where it is that you are in your business. You know, where it is. When I started this off, I went back and asked you those 5 questions. There's a little bit more than 5 questions. Oh, give me a second here. My fast fingers. 5 key questions to determine, you know, your success in any business. What business are you in? Where are you in? Why? You know, if you understand these factors, it's a start to helping you make the progression to be able to grow your business, whether it is the money game business or it's any other business that you have. There's only those 3 factors that you need to focus on. Those 3: increase the number of customers or your trade expectancy. Work on getting those there. There's so many folks around here at TFNN that can help you. You know, you can, if you're looking for more trades, think about it like this. Maybe you've got a trading system out there that is giving you a positive expectancy. Well, why not get a second trading system? Because what I just showed you, it's all in how many trades per year. It's all in how many trades per year. So if you've got cash that's idle on the side, get in on the money game. Give yourself the best gift that you possibly can for this holiday season and start working towards your financial freedom, where the capital that you've got here is turning off enough income to take care of all of your annual expenses, folks. When you can live in that area, it is a beautiful, beautiful place. So anyways, thanks. Let's go shift over to the markets. There's not a lot going on there. We take a look right here. We go around the world. You've got the DAX up here. You can see the DAX just trading inside yesterday's bar, even though it is up right now 45 points. You know, it's trading towards the lower part of its range for the day. If we go take a look at, let's go take a look at King Dollar, see what King Dollar is doing out there. Well, King Dollar is not doing a whole lot. King Dollar is up 10 cents right now. And what King Dollar is doing, it's just inside, just continuing to tackle the swing point here, going from October 4th. The high there is 80.43. King Dollar right now trading out at 80.45. We'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. You've got the Dow up 11 points, S&P up about 1.5, Composite up 5. Small caps up 2 points. The NDX up 4. The New York Stock Exchange up 12. You've got the, let's see here, King Dollar up 8 ticks right now. Light sweet crude up 57 cents. You got gold trading down $6. Silver trading down 5 cents. Platinum off 14. And what I've got up on my screen here right now, really, if you will, just simply what's going on inside the indexes. You can see the 6 little quadrants there. Those 6 quadrants over here on the left, you've got the New York Stock Exchange. Then we've got the NDX 100. We've got the small caps right over here, the Russell 2000. You've got the composite itself. You've got the S&P 500, and then you've got the Dow. And what you can see here, and we'll just simply, let's take a look at the S&P first here, the SPX, and what you can see is we're just simply trading, inside this cone, if you will. And you can see the range continues to get narrower and narrower. How does this stuff work? It would make sense that it's going to be narrower and narrower for the next week or so until we really get through the holidays. So many folks are off. And so you can see that right now what the S&P is trying to do, where I expect we will drift up to, is towards the top of this range here, coming into tomorrow, possibly on Tuesday. Let's go to Rick in Longwood. Rick, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Okay, thanks for taking my call.
My pleasure. How are you today? And happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays, Steve, the best, and lots of white light and everything that's good.
Perfect. That's great. That's great.
When you opened up, you mentioned the dollar being up a few ticks, and you talked about the DAX. And
yes.
When I put the DAX on a 3-month daily, we have a beautiful 6.18 retracement occured, and hopefully it'll.
And what are you using as your starting point?
8 point December 5th, 6th, and 7th. They're all about the even.
December 5th, 6th, and 7th. December of.
This year.
December of this year.
Yeah, I got a 3-month.
Oh, daily. December of this year.
Yes.
You mean we're in December?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
He went down to just above 1,200, and then he came up to almost a beautiful 6.18 retracement.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was really within pennies or a dollar, if you will.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So I'm using that to look for a little bit of down motivation here.
Yes. Okay.
And then I'm looking at the dollar, King Dollar,
yes.
And right now he's ticking on up. It appears.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
yes. The dollar index is the currencies in essence which makes up King Dollar. The basket. You take a look at the euro, the pound, the Canadian dollar, and the euro really is the kingpin out here. The euro is the one that you want to kind of focus on along with King Dollar. And what you can see is the euro is got some major trouble, folks. I mean, we're not talking like a little bit of trouble. We're talking major trouble. It's sending out a signal. It is shooting such a signal to us across its bow. Right now, you've got the euro, and you should really pay attention to that, Rick, as well, because that did a 0.382 retracement off of its most recent swing high to low. Going from December 2nd all the way down to the low that it put in on December 14th when it made that move of a move. When you do that, you usually do something else, and it did. It only did a 0.382 retracement, and it continues to trade inside that December 14th swing point, folks. That is suggesting that when we know that we've got the correlation between our markets and the currencies out there, that the euro still wants to go lower. And the ECB, shot a pretty big a pretty big shot yesterday morning, and the euro still wants to go lower. You know what I mean, Rick?
I do. And, along that lines, I took SDS yesterday, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, perfect. Hey, Rick, betcha. Have a great holiday this weekend. Be safe. 877-927-6648, folks. We'll be right back.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. Let you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry, or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted that was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's just wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow's up 47, S&P's up 6, small caps up 6 as well. And, there is, this part of the year, with the markets being quiet in the season, heck, it doesn't matter what part of the year it is anyways. I like to help you get your head straight. But this time of the year, so much emotion going on, so much energy, if you will. And I when I opened up the show this morning, was talking about really the power of questions, because questions are what is really where you start your day off. When you wake up, there's a question that's going on in your mind, and usually there's a primary question that actually drives your life. In my case, it's how can I help people grow, and how can I teach folks? That is a primary driver. When I am spending my idle time, I don't really have idle time, but you know what I mean. If I'm not in front of you, I'm trying to create ideas, stories, thought processes, ways to be able to share with you. You can tell that that is my primary question. I'm no different when I'm right here in front of the camera than I am if you meet me on the street. To me, that's the juice. That's where my emotion is. And in your case, you know, I want you to be in a positive mode as well, because I want you to have positive energy, positive progress, positive emotion. Remember, motion is nothing more than progress. So that's why we call it emotion. I want you can either have emotion that's going forwards or backwards. I want to make sure that you've got motion that's going forwards. And so when we take a look at that power of questions, you know, if I said, if you ask a lousy question, what are you going to get? Yeah, absolutely. You're going to get a lousy answer. So what you want to do, especially during this holiday season, because you've got expectations, it might be an expectation of a gift. It might be an expectation of how somebody would respond when you give somebody a gift. You know, you set up these expectations in your mind, and maybe that's not really the right question. Maybe what you need to be focused on is just simply focused on, you know, what are you happy about right now? And if you're not happy, what could you be happy about right now in your life? And what makes you happy? And how does that make you feel? How about that emotion? I want you to get that positive progress emotion. And if it's not your question of what are you happy about right now or what could you be happy about, you know, what are you excited about in your life? You know, if you take a look at your stock investing, this time of year, you know, people are going to start taking a look and punching the numbers or taking a look at their statements and seeing what type of progress that they did. You know, is your question, you know, about, you know, how come you didn't do so well in the market? How come you're not doing so well in the game? Remember, folks, there are two ways to achieve anything that you want in life. Absolutely, two ways to achieve anything that you want in life. You can figure it out on your own, trial and error. There's nothing wrong with it. Many of us, you know, in fact, all of us really start off that way. And then there's that little light bulb that goes off in our mind and we say, hey, there's a second way for me to achieve what I want, isn't there? There's a second way. And that second way, folks, that is modeling. Go model someone that is already doing it, because it'll help you get from A to Z so much faster. And so, you know, and those folks can actually help you to increase your, if you will, your trial and error learning by helping to educate you, you know, if you will. So make sure that you're asking good questions, because when you ask a lousy question, I can guarantee you one thing. You're going to get a lousy answer, folks. So anyways, we got the Dow up 40 points here. And to the extent that anyone at TFNN can help you to change that around, you know, utilize us, because you can test all of our services out, whether it's 2 weeks, mine for 30 days, you know, unconditional money back guarantee. And I do have you put a credit card up front. Why? Because when you pay attention, and I want you to pay attention to what's going on around you, because it is a beautiful world out there. So if we take a look at the DAX, it's basically, that's still, that's the Euro. So I've got the Euro on my screen, and we were talking about the Euro with Rick here. And what I want to show you that's really so important here is that the Euro just simply can't get out of its way. People don't want to buy the Euro. We're going into Christmas here, and there is not, you know, when prices go up, there's demand for a product. Whether it's a product you're selling, whether it is a currency that's out there. So you can take a look at the markets. If you're just tuning in and you don't know anything about the markets, I absolutely can teach you about supply and demand, because you do it each day in your life. And when we take a look at prices going up, there is more demand for it. Regardless of the volume, whether it's real or not, there's just simply people are willing to pay more for something they want it. And in the case of the Euro, the folks just simply don't want it. And what's very dangerous now is if we go take a look at the Euro, if I just change this here to a weekly time frame, let's see which chart comes up on my screen. What you can see right here, what is so important to really understand, because when we take a look at taking a look at swing points, right? That's where we bust through that B and we make our way down from the C to the D area. And what you're looking at is the weekly chart of the Euro. And it's so important to understand that this angle here from A to B, from this swing point, and the swing point, folks, is where you make a shift in the market. And you can see the market was moving up and it made that shift, starting to head down. That is the breathing pattern of any market. You never go straight up, you never go straight down. You do fall faster, though, than you go up. And so there is a ton of money to be made, because we can play the market going both ways, if you will. This angle here, this A to B, it's so important to maintain that same angle when you are doing your formations of A, B's equals C, D's. Why? Because the angle here, this C to D, you can see that the Euro is dropping on the inside. That means there is even more energy and more strength to the downside. This isn't my opinion. You could go take a look at thousands of charts, and you will see that when you are coming down with more energy, more emotion, if you will, folks. What you're going to do, you're going to do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D. Just a 1-to-1, though. Just a 1-to-1 on a weekly chart takes you right back here into this 124 area. That's where it's headed. Look at this most important swing point right here, the swing point of the week of October 7th. The low there, 1.31444. We're trading underneath that. All that happened this week, and we busted through that. We busted through that last week. Busted through with conviction. You know, take a look at these candles on the way down here. Every candle on the way down. Not every candle. Most of the candles on the way down, they've got conviction behind them. They have got some price movement. Last week we did. This week, you know, we're kind of, right now it's like a little doji, if you will. That means it's a little tug of war. Just picture being on a beach, you know, and right there is the line where you're drawn and you're going back and forth and back and forth. That's all that's really happened out here this week so far. But you're still trading underneath it. And it did what it was supposed to do. It went back up and it touched that point just to see if there were any takers, if anybody wanted to buy euros. Folks, do you want to buy euros? Would you like to get euros? If you got euros in your stocking for Christmas, how would you feel? You'd want King Dollar, I know it. 877-927-6648. Give me a call, folks. Going into our last segment, we'll be right back.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, the Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the fourth quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York Stock Exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to your trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow up 37, S&P's up 6 right now. The New York Stock Exchange up 41 points. And what you're looking at on my screen is the ES Mini and the dollar index. The dollar index is inverted. Why is this important? Because this just is a follow-up to the euro discussion that we were having. We're taking a look at the euro, taking a look at that, making an A to B equals CD down, and understanding that the euro is the majority of the dollar index. That with these correlations in place here, and again, don't worry about the mere fact whether the lines are on top of each other or not. You're looking at the angle of the line so that you can see how things are moving, if you will, tick for tick. And that is because what we've done is I've inverted the dollar. The dollar index right now is trading out at 80.35, and you've got the ES Mini at 12.45. So you got a different scale there. What you want to be able to take a look at is you want to be able to take a look at the mere fact of how this is really trading, and it's basically almost exactly tick for tick. What is moving first is the dollar index. It's a dollar. It is the currencies, folks, that are absolutely controlling what's going on in the world, and you want to really be able to understand that. And you really want to be able to understand whether or not these things really come unhinged, if you will, because when they come unhinged, they're going to come back together. And I don't know if unhinged is really the right word, but when the correlation seems to separate from itself, you've got to be able to say, okay, which one is right? Folks, go with the currency piece of it. So when you see something get decoupled, if you will, right now for your trading, and you really should be taking a look at this if you've got a tool like this on your charting system. It'll help you so much to understand what's going on inside the marketplace. If we go take a look at the ETF structures that are out there, let's just pull up the 5-minute chart, see what kind of volume we've had during the first 26 minutes of trading out here. Let's see what it is we've got here on the screen. What we'll take a look at first, let's go take a look at the small caps. Small caps have been really the strongest on the move up here. Right now, when we opened up, we did, let's see here, let's go to 9:30. Come on, all the way back here. So there was our close yesterday, right here at 16, right, where was this? There we go. So here's our close right here. The IWM closed out yesterday's session at 74.16, trading up right now at 74.42. When we opened, you opened up with some pretty light volume out here. You open, which you would expect. You open up with 1.6 million shares, 771,000 shares. Now we made a high with 1.7 million shares. We're backing off just a bit, but the market wants to push higher. Don't when we're taking a look at the indexes out there, and I was showing you the wedge that it's trading inside. Don't get too happy with the markets drifting up. They're really doing what they should be doing. It's a little bit of that Santa Claus rally, even though it was late. It's going to be a 3 to 4 day Santa Claus rally. I would expect until this wedge pattern gets resolved. Then we're just simply going to be trading in a narrower range. And all next week, quite frankly, we could be trading into a narrow range until we get to, the apex here. But what you can do is you can take a look at those currency pairs, King dollar. You can take a look at the euro. You can take a look at the Great British pound. You can take a look at the Canadian dollar. They're giving you the signal with regard to where the markets are going to go. This is a currency-driven event that is going on out there. If we take a look at the other indexes, let's take a look at the New York Stock Exchange. That's the, probably the best one to take a look at. New York Stock Exchange, again, you can see this trading inside its wedge. Right now, it's at the 0.618 area. You can expect this to get up into that 0.786. Where's that? That gets you right to the top of this down channel. Folks, 877. Oh, last segment. Stay tuned. Tom and I will be back with the Money Masters in about 8 minutes. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great morning.
The Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful Money Masters, treasure hunters. And folks, I hope you are having a great day. Make sure that if you are traveling, that you stay focused, that you're safe. If you're driving, make sure you are watching all around you. I taught you how to use those side view mirrors so that you can see what's going on. Just like if you're watching in on the show, if you tune in on TigerTV, go to the homepage at TFNN.com because I'm coming to you live from the TFNN television and radio network. On Tiger TV, you can watch this show live. You can see what's on my screen, and it's so important to do that because there's absolutely going to be something that I'm going to teach you. Hopefully there's going to be something that you then are going to be able to teach somebody else. And, if you caught the early morning show, right now, as far as the markets are concerned, pretty flat. So we're going to take the opportunity, today, tomorrow, if you will, to certainly talk about the markets, but they're just simply going to drift a little bit higher. No real trading decisions to be made here today other than just make sure that you've got your stops in place. And the most important trading decisions, this is a great time to reflect and understand why you are where you are, whether it's with your finances, whether it's with your health, your relationships, whatever it is. I absolutely can contribute to you. I can help you. I want to help you. That's really what my mission in life is. Of course, now my mission is to change the world. I absolutely want to be able to change the world with regard to how folks take a look at their money. And I want to be able to help people get on that road to financial freedom. For some folks out there, you're already there, and congratulations. And what you're looking for is another edge, always looking for another level. But for everybody else that is out there that isn't, I want to be able to teach you. And what I do know is that 70% of the folks listening have got, on average, $100,000 that is tucked away in some type of 401k or IRA or retirement fund. And it's so important to understand what is going on in the market. So I'm looking for that little light bulb to go off. Right now, you got the Dow is up 29 points, S&P up 5-6, Composite up 13, small caps up 3. You got the New York Stock Exchange up 38. King dollar is up about down 10 ticks, if you will. The DAX, let's see here. The DAX is going to close in about 20 minutes. That's up 54 points. FTSE up 60. And we'll come back and take a look at the markets. And as always, you can give me a call, 877-927-6648. Getting really on the curve on the other side of that cold. So I expect that when I see you on Tuesday morning, tomorrow morning I'll be, a little bit better than I am today. And then when I see you on Tuesday morning, I'll be back to 2,000%. But on the first hour that we kicked off, I was talking about, this slide that is on my screen here, which is so important to understand, 5 key questions that are going to determine your success in business. When I take a look at what it is that we actually do here, what it is I'm trying to accomplish, that I am accomplishing with you, and I know it just simply because of the interaction that I have in emails, people get in contact with me, Steve, at TFNN.com all the time, the phone conversations that I have with either Tiger Metal Exchange clients or clients of mine that subscribe to Mastering Probability. What I do know is that I am having an impact on people's lives. And I want to have an impact on your life. And it can be indirect, too. An indirect impact is great. And I want you to understand these 5 core questions that you need to understand if you want to be successful in your business. Doesn't matter whether it's the money game business, but when you are trading the markets, I want you to consider this to be the money game. It is so important because that is a little shift. In fact, there's just simply little shifts that make all the difference in the world. And those are little secrets, if you will. If you've had an opportunity to maybe play or watch a professional golfer, maybe you've played with a professional golfer, if you're into golf, and you take a look at their swings, your swings, there are little tricks that they know that totally help improve their game. And if you knew those tricks as well, your game, you may not be able to compete with them at that level. You could if you hit 10,000 balls, but just simply knowing some of those little tricks will make all the difference in the world. In the world of running a business, or in this case here, the money business or any other business, you want to understand, number one, what business are you in? Why? Because if you don't understand the business that you're in, you're going to get crushed with regard to the way that things change so quickly. Take a look at RIM. Take a look at RIM, and they really didn't understand. They weren't asking themselves, I don't know why we're having a voice problem here, but when you take a look at RIM, they really didn't understand the business that they were in. They thought they did, but look at how they got crushed. And with regard to you, I want you to understand the business that you are in from a money business. It's a money game, and it's a game where you have distributions of wins and losses. And so the second thing, I see, I lost my ears. I sat on a plug that I shouldn't have sat on. Now we're back. Okay, good. Sorry about that, folks. It was good on your end, but it was horrible on my end. Now, what you want to also understand is, why are you in the business? When it comes to the money game, why are you in this business? Excuse me. You might think that you're in the business just to make a little bit of money. But if you don't have a defined goal, with regard to what it is that you believe your return, when you don't understand your potential, you see the way that life works. If you're trying to figure out how is it that you get the energy to start making some decisions, some massive decisions, like Rocky did, and why he stuck to his virtue, if you will, all you got to do is understand 4 words: potential, action, results, and belief. And you want to understand that when you are playing the money game, you absolutely want to be able to do that, because when you do that, folks, that's where you're going to get momentum. And you've got to have momentum. You've got to have momentum. I've got this logo that I've created that really take that into consideration, so that I'm always looking at it. I'm always looking at it in anything that I'm doing, so that I can try to be, bullseye, on target, if you will. And you want to understand, you want to have strong reasons why you're doing this. Many folks, when you take a look at being in the money business and you're trading, what you could do is, who are you trading for? Are you trading for yourself? Are you happy with the results that you're getting? If you're not happy with the results you're getting, then now is a great time as you come into the new year, because it's going to be quiet over the next week. I think it's going to be quiet. Depends what happens in Europe with regard to the euro, but I think it's going to be relatively quiet, the way that they'll keep the markets relatively propped up here. And if you're not happy if you review your trading year, then what you have to do is you have to change that pattern. You can't just keep going on. And so you want to be able to take a look at, maybe you don't have strong enough musts, strong enough whys. And so oftentimes what folks will do is, you'll do more for somebody else than you will for yourself. In fact, when I take a look at businesses that have failed, and folks, the majority of businesses fail. When I take a look at businesses that have failed, typically it's because they don't work as hard for themselves as they do for others. The exact opposite. When you decide that you're going to go into business on your own, then you have to be willing to work twice as hard as you were for somebody else in order to make that happen. It's not time to put your legs up. If you do that, that is a formula for failure. Don't do that. And so you want to understand that third thing, who it is that you are and why it is that you're doing this stuff. And so, and then, what's so important is to just simply understand the cycle. And when we take a look at the markets, understanding cycles, there's 4 basic cycles that you have in life: that spring, that summer, the fall, the winter cycle, if you will. And in the markets, what cycle do you think we are in the markets? Do you think that we're in springtime right now, where all this that's going on is a lot of planting that's out there? Because the spring season is totally different than the winter season. Totally different from summer or fall. Do you think we're in summer where all the planting has been done, and now we're in this big bull market and things are getting ready to take off? Is that your viewpoint? Because you want to understand, what cycle is the market in? Because the markets move up and down. A bearish cycle is different than a bullish cycle. We can teach you how to benefit from both of those. Folks, you can make a heck of a lot more money faster on the way down than you can on the way up. That also means you can lose a lot more on the way down if you're not properly positioned. So you want to understand where the market is. Is the market in the fall where you're reaping all kinds of rewards? So understand the seasons of nature, where you're at in your life, because you can change your season. You can change it how fast, folks? How fast can you change it? That's right, in a heartbeat, as quickly as your fingers can do that. Not too bad. So I talked earlier about the 3 ways to grow a business, the importance of being able to, increase the number of customers if you've got a business that you're running. In our case, when it's the money game, it's simply being able to increase your trade expectancy. And I want you to spend time over the holidays understanding whether your trading system, you might know this off the top of your head, but simply go back and take a look at your trading system and see what it is churning. If you have questions about how to do that, you send me an email, steve@tfn.com. I'll go ahead and I'll put together a little paper and help you to do that, because it's so important. And it doesn't matter what level you're at. It doesn't matter if you're making great money. Wouldn't you want to be making more money possibly? And so I want to be able to teach you that. And one of the things that I want to do as a gift for you, I'm going to pull this up on the screen. I want you to go to the homepage at tfn.com. We've had really a great outpouring of folks that have signed up for this. And if you haven't, I want you to sign up for it. Let me pull this up here right now. There we go. Let me see. Is that it? No, that wasn't it. What I want you to do is go to the homepage at tfn.com. And in the main carousel, what you are going to see is you're going to see, and this is a carousel, this is that area right in here, folks. You're going to see a button that says the power of position size. And I want you to click on that button, and then I want you to click on the Learn More. And when you go to Learn More, you're going to have really 2 options for you. One option is that you're going to be able to listen to a video that I did. It was a free webcast that I did that helps you to understand position sizing, understands how to use this calculator that we have out here, and it's the most important thing that you could do. So if you already are familiar because you've been listening frequently, all you have to do is just simply hit here, because if you already know how important position sizing is and you want to have access to it, just click on that button. You'll automatically be populated on your members page. If you're not a member, go over to become a member. This is absolutely, it's so important to be able to raise your game. Oh, man, time flies. It's so important to be able to raise your game, and one of the ways to do that is by getting into a bigger peer group. In fact, you should try out the Den, folks, because that is the best peer group around. 877-927-6648. Got the dial up 30. We'll be right back.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just 1, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, the Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses, keep money in your community, and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume and the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number 1 reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. Xstory is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make Xstory one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. Xstory has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about Xstory gold mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And stay tuned. Following me, we got Larry Pesavento in the on-deck circle, Ken Shreve from 3 to 4, and Tom taking it home from 4 to 6. Let's go out to the Great White Northwest. Let's go to Rick in British Columbia. Rick, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
How you doing? Thanks for going diagonally up our the Americas to me.
No problem. No problem. Are you getting any snow up there? They are in Denver.
Yeah, we're getting lots of snow, but you know what? It hasn't been a cold.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's watching out for avalanches and great for skiing right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. Then are you going to do some skiing this weekend?
Well, not this weekend. I'm not. I'm going to another town. It's just I'm pretty blessed in the fact that it's always here, like it's just above the hill.
Got it. Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
If I came from the flatlands, grew up there, I probably would appreciate.
Yeah.
A lot more kind of thing, but it's something I've grown up with.
Yeah.
Good. It's really cool. It's really cool what I think is happening today. I put the spies on an hourly.
Yeah.
And notice how we went up with fumes today.
Yeah.
But I think we're probably going to fill the gap today, and then on a daily we're going to do a little doji. And then we're going to go up and fill that gap.
So when you talk about the gap, you're talking about the gap that's at, 55, 82?
Well,
or?
this morning we went up on an hourly with fumes, right?
Yeah.
So now we got to go back and fill the gap.
Yeah.
And I think on a daily we're going to do a little doji today, which is going to take us up to the 126 level, which will fill that gap up there. And then after that, I don't know. But it's something I look at, and I don't know if you do or not, but a lot of times, I won't just check the spies, right?
For sure.
I checked forward out this morning. I checked the cues.
Yes.
So there's consistency, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just curious if you do that in the morning at all when you're kind of in intraday trading or anything like that.
Oh well, I don't necessarily take a look at forward if I'm trading the cues, but I absolutely do. One of the things that I do, Rick, is and there's several things. Certainly, I really focus on the currencies and patterns that are there. I then also take a look at this screen here that I'm going to punch up for you, which is the spiders, which is the 9 different sectors, just simply to keep track of what's going on out there. And that's where I'm taking a look at whether it's healthcare, technology, the financials, the energy, the industrial, just to understand what is strong inside, the S&P 500.
Mm-hmm.
And, what is really interesting that I've been watching here is healthcare. If you take a look at the 9 sectors that are out there, you've got the utility sector, and healthcare, and the consumer staples area.
It's called dividends.
Yes, absolutely. And you take a look at the healthcare. It is up over its last swing point going back to October the 28th. Now it's up there on fumes, though. But once you're over that thing can continue to go higher. Unfortunately, there's an ABC pattern that's out there, but it has not crossed the B point. Excuse me, with volume. But I do absolutely, try to take a look at other correlations. But right now, for me, in trying to, what I'm doing on an evening basis, is I'm scanning for different candle patterns that are out there.
Yeah.
And then going back and taking a look at the equity and see if it makes any sense to possibly play it. And right now with this chop that we're in, and when I mean chop, we're in this little triangle wedge shape, if you will. It's easier to play the triples. When something sets up. On a day trade, what I like to do is I really like to take a look at the opening range. I don't know if you do that, and I've talked about it a few times on the show, where what I'll do is I will take a look at in the case of the Qs here, I'll take a look at it on a 1-minute chart, a 5-minute chart, and a 30-minute chart. And so what I've got up on my screen here right now, Rick, is the 1-minute chart.
Oh, yeah.
And what I do is I take a look at the first actual 5 minutes. I set up a couple of lines on my chart. And they're really helpful. If you take a look at, and so I start, and I take a look at the low and the high. And so the high during the first 5 minutes, which is going to be real helpful, came in right right when we did at 9:31, and that high was 55.28. And I set that up as a line, and you can take a look at the volume that you had there. So just in that first minute, 491,000 shares. What happens? It comes down, and if you're going to do some intraday trading, it comes down and tests it with 244,000 shares. You can see how it just hugged the line and then moved back up. Now, we're still inside this pretty tight range boundary. But stay on the line, if you will, Rick, all right?
You betcha, man.
Okay, 877-927-6648. We're at the line with Rick in British Columbia. You can also give us a call, folks. Let's see, Dow's up 24, S&P's up 4. We'll be right back.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your Gold Report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
Are your cable rates rising? Tired of being pushed around by your provider? It's time to push back. Cut the cable and get Dish Network installed with absolutely no equipment to buy. Here's the best part. Packages start at just $24.99 a month for an entire year. That's right. Call now and get Dish Network installed free. Plus your choice of HBO, Cinemax, or Stars free for 3 months. If you call in right now, Dish Network will also throw in free HD for life. PMG Dish, a Dish Network authorized retailer, is waiting for your call and can have you watching TV as soon as tomorrow. Call 800-565 800-565-8010. Imagine all your favorite movies, sports, and shows in crystal clear digital quality for far less money, and you won't have to deal with the cable company anymore. At only $24.99 per month, they're practically giving it away. Call now for full details. Call 800-565-8010. That's 800-565-8010. Again, 800-565-8010. Limited time offer. Prices, packages, and programming subject to change without notice. 24-month agreement required. Cancellation fees, auto pay, and paperless billing and other restrictions apply. Call for details.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow up 28 points. S&P's up 4. Small caps up 2. And we're on the line with Rick in British Columbia. We're talking about the Qs. Now, Rick, do you do some day trading? Some intraday?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. Now, Larry Pesavento put out a nice little book many years ago called The Opening Price Principle. And, so I'm using the term opening price and opening range. And it's really, really great. And if you don't use this, go back and apply this on your charts to your day trading and see if there's a pattern there that you can see that takes place that would help you, moving in and out, switching positions or what have you. If you haven't used it, I don't know. Maybe you already do this when you take a look at your charts. Do you break them down?
To be honest with you, I look at volumes more than anything else.
Yeah.
And I just see that the SPYs, I put it on, the SPYs are pretty clean, actually.
Yeah.
I put the SPYs on a 10-day hourly.
Right.
And it looks to me like, we made a false break today on the hourly. I think today sometime we're going to come back, although that we're in such a bullish season traditionally because the big boys are gone.
Yeah.
So that may not happen, but it's a false break. And on a 10-day chart, if you see, we can go. There's a false break on volume, and there is volume up at around 126 and a quarter, up in that range of the first day on a 10-day chart that you see there away to the left-hand side of your chart, right?
Yeah.
And but if we fill the gap today and we close basically where we opened on the SPX and the SPYs, I think we're doing a doji today, which is a halfway move of yesterday up to that level. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah. Well, that might be. I think so. Are you're taking a look at playing it long for the next week? Is that?
No, I think I'm scared playing it long.
Okay.
But I think that we can get another bounce tomorrow yet.
I think that we will. Look, I think that we will get another bounce tomorrow. Traditionally, you got window dressing that would be coming up the following week, end of year stuff. But what is going on is just simply that correlation with the euro. Makes maybe some of the old rules not necessarily the rules of what we're in right now today.
And take a look at the volume on an hourly on the SPYs, too, when we took off from the bottom.
Yeah.
We went up on fumes. To me, that's got to get tested again. So I'm looking to test possibly, and I think you're thinking the same thing with the cycles and everything, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
anyway, that's pretty. That's just my assessment of the SPYs, which looks pretty clean. And when I mentioned to you Ford, I just happened to look at Ford. I quite often look at a number of stocks to make sure there's consistency on false breaks on volume, right?
Right.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Hey, Rick, have a Merry Christmas. All right.
Too.
Be safe. Okay, you bet. Thanks for calling. And folks, so let me just continue on here for the next minute. What I want you to do, especially if you're an intraday trader or you're just listening and you want to learn, is take whatever chart, take the Qs, the SPYs, the small caps, and to the extent that you can, get a 1-minute chart, a 5-minute chart, a 30-minute chart. In my case, I always have the daily chart so I know what I'm dealing with here. And when you take a look at it, what you can see is I take the low during that first 5 minutes. So I'm on the 1-minute chart. It's over here on my left-hand side. You take the low during that first 5 minutes. You take the high during that first 5 minutes. The low I've got with the red line. The top of it I've got with the blue line. And it's so cool. And then what you're also going to do is when the 30 minutes are up, meaning at 10 o'clock, you go find the highest high that was out there, not 10:31, 10:30, find the highest high, and then you draw another line. Right now, where we're trading inside, is we're really trading inside what I'll call, nowhere's land. But what did happen, and what often will happen, go back and check out your charts. Watch how that first 5 minutes took place, and then we had a little bit of conviction from a candle standpoint behind it, and then watch how that volume, as it came back and tested that with lighter volume. If you were playing this thing and you were trying to make 40, 50 cents, the average true range on the Qs, $1.03. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the fourth quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about TigerTV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your TigerTV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the TigerTV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
TigerTV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You did have the DAX close up 60 points today, and the FTSE close up 67 as well. Now, what I do have up on my screen here on Tiger TV is the mastering probability calculator that I created. That is going to be put on your members page as soon as you go to the homepage at tfnn.com, click on the position size calculator button, and either watch the video or just simply click on it so that you can get access to this. Now, you want to do this. I'm going to just carry through the idea of, since there's not much activity with regard to the markets, carry through, a trading system that you can go back and you can test it on whatever platform it is that you're trading. I'm talking about trading the opening price principle and understanding what's going on out there. And if you're doing that, one of the things that you want to understand is the average true range. It's one of the benefits of this calculator. There's other benefits, such as being able to make sure that you have the right position size, make sure you have the right number of shares, that you're always risking 1% or less, and this calculator does all that for you. But once you've entered the symbol and hit the search button, it's automatically going to go back and take a look at the last 9 or 10 days, depends on whether there's a holiday. So right now, the average true range is $1.03. Why would you want to use that? Well, let's say that you are day trading. Let's say that you are using the opening price principle here. And when we take a look at the opening price principle, we disregard what took place yesterday. Yes, we're aware of it, but we disregard really what took place yesterday. We're just looking at today's activity. Right now, what I've got up on my screen is the 1 minute chart. And so again, before we went to break, I said you're going to have basically 3 lines out there. You're going to have the low during the first 5 minutes, the high during the first 5 minutes, and then the high during the first or low during the first 30 minutes. However that works out. In this case here, this blue line was the high of that first 5 minute area. When we open, when we open today, our low, the low that we've made so far in the Qs has been 55.17. Why is that important? Well, you would take 55.17 and $1.03, so that would be 56.20. So you'd want to be referencing 56.20 if, in fact, the market continues to push up. I think that it will continue to push up today and or tomorrow. But if you got into this trade and you got into it once you broke the 5 minute line out here and you broke it with some decent conviction, maybe you waited for the market to pull back because you knew the market was going to breathe. And the market pulls back to an area where you have volume. During that first 1 minute of trading. Again, it works this way whether it's a minute chart, a 5 minute chart, or what have you. So this works with regard to being able to teach you. And so during that first minute, you had 491,000 shares that traded. When it came back into that area, came back with 244,000, came back with 32,000. Boy, was that a signal or what? Came back with 32,000, came back with 18,000. Geez, you can't get better signals than this, and says, no, I'm not going to go lower. Didn't have the conviction. Rick was talking about the importance of watching volumes, so I want to also teach you about the importance of watching volumes out here. And so in this case here, you would have had the ability to buy it at 55.28, knowing that the top of your range is going to be right up here in the 55, 53 area. Might not seem like a lot, but if you're day trading and you're simply looking for 20, 30, 40, maybe $1.03, the average true range of what the equity it is that you're trading, you would want to know that. Even if it was Ford that you were trading, or it was Baidu or Google, whatever it was, Apple that you're trading, you can use the same principle on anything that you want. And I urge you to do that and go back and map out your charts this way and see if there's something that makes a trading plan. Now, what other tools are you able to use here? Well, you're able to use ABC patterns. You're able to use retracement patterns. So let's go take a look at the retracement pattern from the low. Again, I'm disregarding yesterday. When you're using the opening price principle, it is just simply all about today. It has nothing to do with the past at the moment. You want to understand the average true range. And then we're just simply going to go a retracement from the low that we had all the way to the high that we've made so far. And you can see that the 0.786 area, 55.25, 0.618 area is the 55.31. Notice this, how we in the first several minutes, if you will, we go from the low that we established at 55.17 all the way to the high that was done at 9.57 at 55.40. And where does it first pull back to? First pulls back to that 0.618. How does that work? Which was 55.31, where it actually pulled back to, got down to a low of 55.30. God, I missed it by a penny. Can you believe that? It's because this is the way that the normal breathing patterns work. And so When you take a look at the normal breathing patterns, let's take a look. Are there any ABCs out there? Well, let's go from the high out there at around 957 down to where we came back at the 1011 area. And then, okay. Now, you see, folks, this is not magic, other than it is really magic on the screen. And it's why I want to get you into the money game. It is why I want to be able to teach this stuff to you. So this says that an ABC would be completing at 55.26 using the opening price principle. And when we were taking a look at the bar coming back into the open that we had here, it got down to 55.26. Somebody pinch me out there, would you? Pinch me if you would. 55.26. So we're taking a look at the opening price principle, the opening range, if you will. We're showing let's take a look at the patterns. We just confirmed an ABC and showed you how that worked exactly. We just took a look at the 0.618. That was where it first came down to, within a penny. We took a look at coming back and testing out a high volume bar here in this case, because and testing that area within a penny or two. Do you think that you could use this in your trading system if you were a day trader? And if your answer is yes, one, I'd urge you to go out and get the book, The Opening Price Principle by Larry Pesavento. It's a nice little book, if you will, and use this in your trading. Just simply go back and take a look at your charts. Now, that being said, let me just erase a couple of things off this screen here. So we take a look at those three patterns. What you can now also take a look at, because you can play this both ways, you know, from an intraday standpoint, you're going to want to take a look at, as the cues would be to come into the price point of 55.53. You've got 261,000 shares up there, and then you've got on the prior bar at 956, you've got 153,000 shares. Let's see, what kind of volume do we have as we're coming up here? Oh, voila, we've got 175,000. That was going into 261. So not enough volume right now to bust through it. So if you get above this area, again, this is just on the 1 minute chart, on lighter volume, do you think that might be a signal where you could play it all the way back down to either this red line down here, which was the low of the first 5 minutes, or maybe just to the high of the first 5 minutes? I love this stuff. I hope you do too, folks. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I'm very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage.
The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real Money Masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Catch Larry Pesavento, a 40-year veteran trader. He uses pattern recognition, Gartley's, butterflies, ABCs, and Fibonacci in order to trade these markets. The Futures Hour, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Dow's up 41, S&P's up 6, Composite up 16. Just a slow, little gradual move to the upside here. And let's go to Amik in Oklahoma. Amik, thanks for calling.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for taking my call.
Doing great. Oklahoma, I love it. Are you? Have you been a listener to TFNN for a while?
Yeah, on and off for maybe a couple of years now.
Oh, that's great. Thanks for doing that. Now, how are things in Oklahoma? How's business out there?
Well, it's not bad. I think it's somewhat above average.
Oh, okay. That's great. That's great. And what's the weather like out there? Are you guys getting some cold spells out there?
Cool spell.
Cool. Okay.
Spell.
Okay.
And we, in Oklahoma City, we didn't get snow yet for Christmas. So.
Okay. Is that unusual, then, to not have snow by this time of the year?
Nah, not probably that unusual. It actually, weather here is not predictable whatsoever.
Yeah.
We might get, by tonight, quite a few inches of snow without really much warning.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, listen, we do appreciate you listening very much. You wanted to take a look at FLR.
Correct.
Tell me what you're looking at. How can I help you?
Well, holding it for quite some time.
Okay.
And they seem to have difficulties getting a little bit out of some dump, even though they keep getting one contract after another.
Yes.
But I think the whole market slump makes it much less or slower than it probably could be.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, and which is a floor, that's how you pronounce it, floor, I believe, right?
Floor.
Yeah. And so do you have a plan right now? I know that you've been holding it for a while, and it's important to make sure that you're putting your money, to proper use. And what I can see, certainly from taking a look at the chart, just like you have described fundamentally, the chart represents that as well, is that this thing, continues to make lower highs and lower lows. And I'm really just going back to the high that it had made going back to the March 2011 time frame. And one of the things that you would make sense to do is have some type of stop in place because, it should, right now what this has done is you've at least gone back to, at least a breakout area where it gapped up. We've gone below that on a daily basis. Let me just put this on a weekly here real quickly for you. That's interesting. I had this actually had taken a look at this chart and noticed that it had made a Gartley sell pattern that completed right here in that same February time frame. You can, if you're watching this on TigerTV, even though it didn't extend, I was actually taking a look at. I had created, now that I can take a look at this chart, I had created this Gartley sell pattern before it had completed itself. I probably had done it somewhere in here. And because one of the reasons why I was taking a look at it is because it had this nice 1.618 expansion and pretty much close to a 0.618 retracement. In fact, it did. So, it did what it was supposed to do with regard to a Gartley sell pattern. And if we take a look at those, normally we'll retrace back to the 0.618 area of the move, and that's exactly what it's done, which is the 47.61. But right now, today, you're trading out at right around $50, if you will, and you don't want to let this thing get much below 47.81. You really should have a stop on this below 44.16. Okay.
44.16.
Yeah, get a stop below that because if it doesn't hold that area, you're looking at 39.96 and maybe 30.21. All right, Amik?
I definitely will.
Happy holidays to you. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Stay tuned, folks, for Larry Pesavento. He'll be right up.